My name is Donna Hammond. I want you to let that sink in for a minute. I am not related to the Hammonds. However, I do pray that they will be restored. The reason I'm here is to ask all of you, and most especially those at the table, how many of you did take an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States? Should have been all of you. Yes? Is there anybody who did not take that? Okay, so all hands should have been raised. Do you want a constitutional republic?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There is no place, I defy you to show me where in the Constitution the federal government is granted any power over any land within the continental United States. What we need to do is, as Gal in the Orange said, take it back as states. If you want recreational areas and you want control over it, it needs to be done as a state. Keep the federal government in their limited and defined box. They only have 4 powers, and this is not one of them. They cannot manage land. They don't even do a very good job. Why don't we start at first base? Do they have any authority? No. So why are we talking about it? It should be scrapped, never to come up again. End of story. Do not bring it back in our faces and make us come to 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 meetings.
We don't want it.
Enough is enough. Put it away.
Clinton is described already. The meeting in the White House over 2 years ago, everyone in the national security team recommended arming ISIS, and the president.
So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. More Sunni volunteers are coming forward. Some are already being trained, and they can be a new force.
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.
Hello, this is Justin Hess with the U.S. Department of Counter-Tyranny Operations. The following information can be verified with a simple Google Internet search, so any failure to act upon this information will be seen as gross negligence. All you need to do is Internet search Obama admits to training terrorists. Ma'am, this is not a prank call. You just need to do the research, ma'am. Well, there's your gross negligence.
The FBI joined forces with our intelligence, military, and homeland security professionals to break up al-Qaeda cells, disrupt their activities, and thwart their plots. I'll say it as clearly as I can. So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. More Sunni volunteers are coming forward. Some are already being trained, and they can be a new force.
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.
Countless Americans are alive today, and our country is more secure because of the FBI's outstanding work under the leadership of Bob Mueller. All the while, Bob and the FBI have been tireless against a whole range of challenges, from preventing violent crime and reducing gang activity, including along our border.
A report revealing 68,000 illegal immigrants convicted of a crime were released in the United States instead of being deported.
Amnesty is the immigration system we have today.
Well, you have to admit, this is disturbing. The Obama administration admitting to giving a known gang member amnesty to stay right here in the United States. And then a year and a half later, that same known gang member arrested for murder of America's top model contestant. So why was the known gang member given amnesty to be here in the first place?
The town overwhelmed by a surge in illegal border crossings.
How did we get to where we are today?
Every 72 hours, Department of Homeland Security buses bringing another 120 illegal immigrants, many of them quickly released into the community.
You are not following the law. You are breaking the law.
And I remain loyal to you, Mr. President.
My next guest, a former Secret Service agent, well, he's seen it all, is now sounding the alarm and saying that what goes on behind closed doors at this White House is actually much worse than any of us can imagine. Here to explain is the man himself, author of the brand new book, Life Inside the Bubble, Why a Top-Ranked Secret Service Agent Walked Away from It All. Dan Bongino, how are you, sir?
Doing great.
Good to see you.
Sean.
And you know what? I wear the Secret Service pin every night. It's the most highly coveted pin there is. Everyone wants one. How long are you Secret Service agent? 12 years, right?
12 years, that's right.
So you served 3 presidents, Clinton, Bush, and Obama.
And Obama, that's right.
Why do you say this White House is worse than people know? That's scary. That's ominous.
Yeah, and again, I don't mean to frighten people, but I do have to sound an alarm. It's become a system. This White House has taken patronage and, more importantly, punishment to the next level. Let's be honest, there's always been patronage, although with their Cylindra scandals, I think they've taken that to the next level. The dangerous part, and what I want to sound the alarm on, is the punishment system. You know, Sean, government is a weapon.
And if you look at what the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing over the last year, it comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
That's enough bullets to supply the equivalent of the Iraq War for 24 years. This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.
More than 7,000 fully automatic assault weapons, 2,700 MRAP-type vehicles, and now drones. Those are instruments of war. Department of Homeland Security's, who are they going to fight a war against?
Dr. Brzezinski, I want to start you a member of an exclusive club of national security advisors to presidents.
And somebody who I've learned an immense amount from, and for him to support me in this campaign and then be willing to come out here to Iowa is a testimony to his generosity. So if everybody could please give Dr. Brzezinski another round of applause.
And these new and old major powers face still yet another novel reality, in some respects unprecedented. And it is that while the lethality of their power is greater than ever, their capacity to impose control over the politically awakened masses of the world is at a historical low. I once put it rather pungently, and I was flattered that the British Foreign Secretary repeated this, as follows. Namely, in earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people, literally. It was easier to control 1 million people than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to kill than to control. And of course, that bears directly on the use of force.
And if you look at what the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing over the last year, it comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition.
That's enough bullets to supply the equivalent of the Iraq War for 24 years. This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.
More than 7,000 fully automatic assault weapons, 2,700 MRAP-type vehicles, and now drones.
Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people.
Department of Homeland Security's, who are they going to fight a war against?
This is our government buying up bullets to use against us.